navigate your way in. Happy New Year, everyone. Should we reintroduce ourselves? God.
Action.
Hi, everyone. So last year, around this time, this is actually New Year's Day, New Year's morning for us. So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Everyone. Last year, we did our gaming resolutions, our first annual gaming resolutions, made annual by this year's. That's what this is our gaming resolutions for 2026.
Yes.
So Marie's birthday is in several days.
6 to be exact.
6 to be exact. So we're going to do some presents. And last year, I gave you 1 game for Christmas and 3 for your birthday. This year, I have 4 for your birthday, nothing for Christmas. There were other gifts for Christmas. But these are the 4 games that you will open at the end.
Yes.
And maybe these are on your list. Last year, what I did was I said, like, definitely on your list, and maybe on your list, and probably not on your list. But I don't remember the order that I wrapped. I don't remember which is which of these. So we'll open these at the end.
Yes. Also, very well done
With the coloring.
Picking out the color, guys. Look at this.
That's partially,
If
that's our
this
wedding colors.
doesn't scream Marie, then I don't know what color does. But this, well, I guess it could add,
purple is your color.
It could definitely have like glitter, but honestly, the shiny and like, yeah.
Next year I'll work on some glitter.
It's very me, so thank you.
There is one more game that didn't feel like a birthday present. It felt like it's for us. It was on last year's list for you. But if I gave this to you and it's half for me. For me. In the words of Golem.
For
us.
For us. Yes, we live for us.
Do you want to open this one now or do you want to hold off until the end?
Let's hold off until the end.
Okay.
So when we open all of them.
So we have 1 for us and 4 for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll talk about a few things in addition to the games, but at the end of the year, Spotify always tells us that we listen to nothing but video game music, and yet you listen to a PT podcast. But last year, I think Mega Man 2 was our #1 song, and I didn't deliberately choose Mega Man 2. It was just in the random video game playlist. This year, I'll upload some pictures. Zelda and Chrono Trigger were our 2 top.
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger was
amazing.
#1.
Yeah.
Yasunori Mitsuda, that was our #1. But our top 5, the top everything was all video game music, but the top 5 were just nothing but Chrono Trigger and Zelda. And the most played one was like a retro NES Mario.
Like Contra or something.
Contra and Mario, just like some retro thing. Okay, so I have 10 categories of games that I'm going to say, I want to play these ones this year.
Okay.
What do you?
I don't remember. I think I have like close to 10 or a little over 10.
Okay, so we're going to ping pong back and forth.
For the most part,
For the
I think
most
so,
part?
yeah.
Okay, but do we want to go through our completed games first? We brought our list out of games we finished in 2025,
Yeah.
so under the presents over there.
Yeah, and we'll upload the picture on the screen so you guys don't have to like pause and zoom in and try to make out whatever the writing is on
So
here.
we'll do some uploads.
Okay, 2025 NES Championships.
That's over
He did
there.
it. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was one to do it. I tried to do some of them, and he's like, "Here,
No,
see
you
what
did-
you
you
can
did
do."
well on some of
I
them.
think I did well on one, and I forget which one it was, but
I
like,
think it was like a Zelda one.
No, it
or
was
something.
Mario.
Was it Mario 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Mario 3 one. But the
yeah.
date we wrote down for when we beat, because I still haven't played the Kirby ones. Even when the Kirby games
Yeah.
come up in it's like the championships, I just skip those ones and play the others because it's not nostalgic to me. I didn't play Kirby as a little kid.
Yeah. Neither did I. So it's just
So
not played
I have,
on there.
I have no
Yeah.
sentimentality with that, so I just skipped that one. But the date we wrote down was the first time I got #1 in the world. And it's obviously I'm tied with people. It's just the best possible time you can get on something. And I repeated that performance with other games, but I didn't write them all down.
And a nice little core memory of mine is during this time, I was up in Oregon doing my second clinical rotation. And Courtney was down here, and so he would send me video clips of the results. And I remember having the #1 sent to me, and I'm like, was like, excited watching this video clip of him screen recording his
If
results.
I can find any of those video clips, I will upload a couple of the ones. I didn't record them for the sake of, posterity or whatever. It was just so I could send you the clips.
Yeah.
But if I can find some,
core memory there. Okay, the next one is Dragon Quest 3. Obviously.
It's a Dragon Quest 3. So that one, it came out in 2024. At the end of 2024. But we started playing it on Christmas because I was waiting.
2024. Yep.
And because I was waiting for my brother to get it. And then he came and visited on...
Around Christmas. I don't remember exactly when. Yeah.
So that's when we started playing that one.
Yeah.
And I played on Draconian Quest. And I level 99'd my main character before using a single seed. And then I used all the seeds and you have to reset it to make sure you get the right, plus whatever, plus 3 or something. And I level 99 everybody in every single class. But like on Draconian, there's all of these, you beat Zoma, you get to Zenlong, you beat Zenlong half a dozen times to do all of that. It just keeps opening up these additional post games that are so hard on Draconian. And so I didn't even beat the very end.
I didn't know that.
Because I don't want to take it off Draconian Quest because it feels like I'd be cheating. And I don't want to look anything up online either.
So you beat that
I beat that.
April.
In April, it's been a while.
Okay. And so far, all of these are yours. Kid Dracula's next. You also beat that in April.
Okay, so Kid Dracula, it's on the Castlevania collection, and it was only released in Japan. And to me, it's just like NES Castlevania meets Adventure Island. You're like Mr. Higgins in Transylvania or something. It's playful, but it's good gameplay.
Okay, next up is Stray. I actually beat that one.
That was wrapped up last year.
That was in the Christmas present last year. Of course I had to play it. It's a kitty cat. And it was actually a lot of fun. Did you enjoy watching me play?
I enjoyed watching.
Yeah. The little alien robots or whatever they were. Robots,
whatever
I guess.
They are. Yeah, some little AI
That
world.
was a lot of fun. Beat that in April.
The behavior of the cat, just watching, it was knocking everything off the shelves.
Right. And
it would do like the army crawl, and all the scratching, but you put the backpack on for the first time and it starts doing the army crawl, like a Pippi army crawl. I thought they did a beautiful job with that game. It was short. It was like a short story.
Yeah, it was I think maybe, I don't know.
Somebody could do it in a day, if they just were, spent the whole day doing it. But.
Yeah. Okay, so next up is Phantasy Star.
Okay. May. This one. This came out in 1989. I think it was 89. People can verify. And it's one that Steve Seahorn, who an old friend of mine, in real life, he's the person who knows more about video games, is more talented at video games. He owned a Game Crazy, and his just vast understanding of video games and skill and whatever. He loved, I'm sure he still does, love Phantasy Star. Then also, Anyways Guys, right? Johnny Millennium, happy console gamer, loves Phantasy Star. I'm like, it's time that I do this. And so I start the game, and I try to name my character after them.
Johnny Millennium.
I tried to name it Johnny, but I realized it's
Johnny
just
Steve.
It's just the saved game name.
Okay.
It's the name that it gives to the save file. The character isn't named that. But then I start playing through it, and the music is really good. It has it's 80s nostalgia, but it's new. It's like novel but nostalgic at the same time. And the music in the cave tunnel, like underground place is really good. Music in the overworld is really good. Music in the towns, really good. I like battle music. I just never got into, but it's kind of confusing because there are characters you talk to who you talk to him once and like, all right, he didn't give me any information, and you leave. Then you have to talk to him like 3 times. And there's no way for me to know that talking to the character the second time is going to be different from talking to him the 3rd time.
I actually don't remember you playing this. I must have been in Oregon.
No, you were here for a lot of it because you made a comment when I was going through the dungeons, right? You're like, this is like Wolfenstein. It's like wizardry. Remember, I go through those dungeons and you can kind of go back and forth. And
I don't remember. Maybe if I see the videos, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Feels like a lot has happened since then, so.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
skills to make a meaningful and lasting impact in the lives of others. The award for excellence in academics for the class of 2025 goes to Marie Jensen.
The enemies in it, they have nice animations on the enemies that you fight, but the monsters themselves, like Akira Toriyama, who does the Dragon Quest ones, like he puts Phantasy Star to shame. I mean, like the dragons, you probably remember this. If I were to show you a picture, you'd probably remember. They have terrible kyphosis. The dragons, the necks are just hanging down.
Okay.
And then there's all these abbreviations of the enemies and the items. And so like SHT sword.
Shitstorm.
That's right. And like, no, it's a short sword. Well, why did you get rid of the R? It doesn't make any sense.
Funny.
And so there's like 100 abbreviations
Here,
that are all
take this
weird. Take this shit sword. I don't
sword.
want a shit sword. Like you hang on to that. Give me something better. But if I could 1989 myself and I could go back in time and play it in that time, I think I would have loved the game. And that's what I tried to do as I was playing it. And I loved playing it. Like, will I ever play it again? I don't know, maybe, but it'd be like 10 years from now if I were to ever play the thing again, because it was kind of confusing. The port was really good. I could advance through it fast, but then halfway through the game, I've maxed out my money. You're getting bored of my Phantasy Star talk. I maxed out the amount of money that I had, and like there is no money sink, and so I can't just dump my money into like seeds or whatever. And then the last complaint that I have about it is it's a little bit too sci-fi. I mean, it's
in
like
the name, Fantasy
Star, and it's like Star Wars. I mean, there's literally lightsabers.
Okay.
Like, I think it's LGT saber.
I just don't remember this
and
at
laser
all.
guns.
Yeah.
And you take spaceships and go to other planets and stuff. And then one more complaint. The port, again, was really good. It was a really effective port. You can see our characters on the side and stuff, but it's naming the locations. And I don't have a map, so I'm a little bit like, what city am I in? And like, how do I get to the city I'm supposed to go to? You have to write stuff down as you go. If this were 1989 and I didn't have competing, interests, something vying for my attention, I would have talked to everybody 3 times and stuff. But there's like the brown planet. I think it's called Montavia.
Montana?
But it's spelled in cursive, and I thought it was Montana. So I'm like, okay, I'm in like
Yellowstone.
I'm in like Yellowstone. I like this, and so for the longest time, I thought it was Montana because of how it's spelled.
Yeah.
But I did really enjoy that game.
Okay, good. So that was Phantasy Star. And then I'm just going to lump these two together because it's Mega Man 2 and 3, and you finished them in the same month also in May.
Okay, so that was, I guess, the end of the semester that I was just giving up on all things academic and playing a bunch of video games. So Mega Man 2 and 3, I actually like number 3 better. It's like blasphemous to say. Mega Man 2 is the pinnacle in the series, everyone agrees. But Mega Man 3 has Proto Man with that little whistle music.
I enjoyed watching. I do remember you playing
they're
these
fun,
because
yeah.
I was captivated by the gameplay. So
Mega Man 1's impossible. Mega Man 2 and 3 are easier and way better, and they're equivalent in their gameplay, but I actually like Mega Man 3 a little bit better.
Okay. So far, yours is actually more retro games. The next one, though, is, I guess it's a hybrid of us. So you know how that one present is for us. This one was actually kind of for us too. Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. That was also one of the last years.
Yeah, and that was on my list too. And we loved it and still love it. We didn't log on for Christmas, but
Or New Year's Eve.
I know.
We went to bed at 8 p.m. last night.
Animal Crossing though is such a great game. You get to just go harvest things. This is the Horizon one, Animal Crossing New Horizon. And you get to go to different islands towards the end of once you progress into the game. I loved it. You get to create your little character. I made it look like me. And then we also created a gym on our beach, obviously. Lots of fun. So
Animal Crossing was really good. And there's the new update coming for Switch 2. We have a Switch 2 behind us on the shelf there. And so we'll start playing it again a little bit and see what the updates are.
Okay, so that was July. And then Mario Kart World.
Mario Kart World Yeah, so I went through like, I don't know, 150cc or whatever it is and beat them all, and everything. It's like the highest CC. I think you need mirror tracks. I don't know why I haven't played it lately.
There's just too many other competing games.
I guess too many other competing games, but also I played Mario Kart 8 clear through the life cycle of the entire system.
Yeah.
And those tracks, Mario Kart 8, the tracks are perfect, the gameplay was, everything was so good. Mario Kart World, I think on some levels is like a better game. I just haven't really, because one of the things that I love, there are games I've never liked where there's a part of it that I think is brilliant, like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I would go over to people's houses and I would play Grand Theft Auto and I would just get in the car and drive around. I don't care about missions. I just want to explore this city in a car, just go wherever. And I thought that was fascinating. In Mario Kart World, I always wanted to do that. There's like region break videos you can watch where people will take the camera, Lakitu camera, whatever, outside of where it's supposed to go in the game and show you little things that the programmers put in there. There's like, you can never see this in the live game, but here's here's us doing it.
Yeah.
And you can just drive there in Mario Kart World. I mean, it's a brilliant game. I don't know what about it lacks some of the magic for me.
Yeah. I agree. I think the online play is slightly different as well. There's some things that we're missing compared to Mario Kart 8.
Right.
Like when we play the online versions. Yeah.
Also making your cart and customizing your cart, different wheels, different whatever, all that. There's just stuff where I think it's a brilliant game. I don't understand why it wasn't nominated for anything in the Game Awards.
Yeah, me too.
Of which we
I think it did one, right? They were nominated for one.
It was nominated for one thing?
Yeah, I remember you're like, oh, finally.
Oh, that's right.
I forget what category, but yeah, it was one of them.
But it feels like a near perfect game that's just missing some magic.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the next one on our list is Dragon Quest 1.
Dragon Quest 1.
That was just a recent one.
That was
November.
a recent one.
Yeah.
November. So just like Dragon Quest 3, I level 99'd it. I beat it in level 62, but I saved all the seeds. I didn't use any seeds until level 99, and then I went in and just used the seeds and just kept resetting and using the seeds and resetting until I maxed out the character. I thought maybe there was going to be a post game, and so I also saved the scrolls that would teach me, all these attack kind of like spells and the abilities, and there seems to be no post game for that one. So
that one seemed kind of easy for you too, although you played it on Draconian.
I played it on Draconian, but it didn't seem that hard. The bosses, like the Green Dragon, really are. The bosses were really hard, but everything else I just found to be, like, you started overpowered.
Yeah.
And so I come out and I'm just like, it's just like simple. And so I thought that one was going to be harder. Now Dragon Quest 2 is up next.
Yeah.
And I'll start playing that today because it's a new year.
Yeah, fun.
And Dragon Quest 2 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
I've just been waiting to start it. But that historically, that was kind of the hardest in the series. I mean, it really was the hardest in the series. And I hope they kept that difficulty. I hope they didn't just make it easy because people complain about it.
Wait, I thought Dragon Quest 4 was your favorite of all time.
Dragon Quest 4 is my favorite. This is among my favorites.
Okay, I was like,
Dragon Quest 4 is
hold
my
on.
favorite game of all time. Dragon Quest 2.
Okay, second favorite.
That's my number.
All right, so the last one on the list, Wizardry.
Wizardry, which is written at the very top of the list because we ran out of space. And
Starting
Wizardry,
a new sheet this year.
Yeah, we have to start a new sheet. So our 2025 sheet is over. Wizardry is a beautiful remake of a 1981 game. It feels like a first-person version of Talisman. You made this connection at first.
Music, that's
the
right.
music, the artistic presentation, sort of the pacing, all this stuff. It's just, instead of having a board, like a Monopoly board game, it's just like a first-person dungeon crawler.
Oh, yeah. It was actually a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
I would just sit there next to him and be like, ooh. He's just leveling up. So that was a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I really liked it, but so like
yeah, the one. Okay, yeah. You explain the frustration on
Phantasy Star had really good gameplay. It felt like a story was just tossed in there on the side. Like, all right, let's also insert a story. Wizardry has no story. They didn't even try. They're just like, okay, you start in this town. Really nothing to do there. Just make a party of 6, and you can have some backups and whatever, and then go to the dungeon and beat the boss. That's it.
It was like Dungeons and Dragons.
It was exactly
D&D,
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So it's just, if Dungeons and Dragons is a collective, this is like you're going to play together with people. This is one-player Dungeons and Dragons. If you want to be unsociable but play Dungeons and Dragons and have a system do all the dice rolls for you, Wizardry. And I mean, if I was 1 when it came out, or maybe I turned 1 that year. I don't know, maybe like It came out in 1981. I don't know what month.
For
I turned
81, that's a great game.
Yeah, well, it was like vector graphics in 81. So, I mean, this is obviously the remake with beautiful graphics, but
Makes
you can
sense.
see
Yeah.
the 1981 version in the lower side of the screen. And it's they use the exact same bones. And so it's not like they did a remake where they added new levels and whatever. But there are 3 floors when you get to, because it's a dungeon, you just start at the first level, and that's
Like
kind of
basements,
easy.
right? You
Although I
go down.
died in my first encounter, my party was wiped out. And I'm like, what? And so what I ended up doing was I made a ton of characters and just kept selling their stuff and getting rid of the character, make a new character, sell all their stuff, get rid of them to build a bunch of money so I could buy all the items. And then I went exploring. And there are 3 levels in the dungeon, level 3, 7, and 10, where they're like huge power jumps, and it's just like your entire party gets wiped out. First off, I was using Lord of the Rings characters. So I went in with the Fellowship, like everyone in the Fellowship, and then like everyone died. I mean, there's like ninjas and bunnies. The bunnies, I got my entire party of Lord of the Rings characters, Gimli and whatever, and Legolas were wiped out by bunnies.
Yeah.
Because they do lethal attacks. And there's some sort of spirit that attacks everybody. There's a demon on the 10th floor. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. Like, don't even try. Just hopefully you can run. But so my whole party gets wiped out because like they attack first. And then like I try to run. I have 2 people left. I try to run. I don't, and I get wiped. And then some of them just don't get revived, and so you can't get too attached. I mean, it is D&D with a ruthless dungeon master.
Yeah.
But I did eventually beat the game, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
And I don't think I'll ever play it again, but I'm glad that I played that one.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't play it again either.
It was
good, yeah.
I enjoyed it. I'm glad I played it. I got it in the physical form, and I'm glad I did that too.
Good. So that is... Well, those are the games that we finished in 2000.
That completes our list. We'll put it on the screen so you can see our completed games for 2025.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the games that we want to play this year in 2026.
Okay, so our actual resolutions, our gaming resolutions. Again, I have honorable mentions too. Do you have honorable mentions?
I do not.
Okay, so I'll start then, and I'll do my honorable mentions. So we watched the Video Game Awards kind of this year.
Yeah.
You were always in lab a couple years in a row. You were down in Phoenix, and I was here, and we didn't watch them together. And then this year, we had Leslie over for dinner on that night, and so we were eating dinner and being sociable, but at the same time, we were just like looking over at the screen every once in a while. And so afterward, I went and looked up some of the games just to see what was coming out, and there were a few that caught my attention that I wrote down. But I don't want to actually play them. And so these are some honorable mentions. The first one is Little Nemo and the Guardians of Slumberland. So I love Little Nemo, the comic book, this old, like century-old comic book, and Little Nemo, Adventures in Slumberland. The movie, oh, it's so good. But there's an original Nintendo game, one of my favorites of all time. I love this game so much. And I was excited when I saw this, and so I watched some gameplay, and it didn't look good.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like, the character, it looks a little bit like Max from Where the Wild Things Are, like infantilized with pastel, like baby pastel colors. And then the gameplay, they tried to get this Mario World 2, it's like, you remember like the crayon kind of backgrounds, and it's playful, and they tried to do that, but what it ended up doing is looking, in the little bit of gameplay I've seen, it just looks like Candy Crush Saga reimagined as a side-scrolling platformer.
Okay.
And so that one, I'm not that interested in. Bubble Bobble Sugar Dungeons apparently came out already, late 2020, like August, and I loved Bubble Bobble growing up.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-player game.
It's like Candy Crush.
It's Candy Crush,
addicting.
But it has this like a punishing song that you don't mind being punished by. It's so annoying, and you're just happy to be annoyed by it as it repeats and repeats and repeats. And I had so much fun. But I just think that's a game of the past, and the new Bubble Bobble, it doesn't look like something I would play. If I did want to add a Bubble Bobble game, I would just add Bust a Move, which came out, I don't know, it was like a PlayStation game or something. And then the third one that I remember watching, or at least my memory tells me I remember watching, was 007 First Light. And at first I was like, oh man, this might be like a sequel to GoldenEye. And that was my immediate reaction was, I loved GoldenEye. And This could bring back some of those memories. But you already have Overwatch. For the multiplayer part, you have Overwatch. Overwatch is back there.
Yeah.
Your Overwatch socks are in the mail right now. We left them in Oregon for Christmas. But, and so the multiplayer part, I don't think it would be as good as GoldenEye. And the single player part, it just looks like a kind of a bad CGI movie that you get to interact with once in a while, which is basically like Dragon's Lair. And maybe I will just leave that in the past, that sort of nostalgia. Because at one point in time, I loved playing GoldenEye, and then I gradually, and we have it in the house, and notice we never play it.
Yeah.
And the Nintendo 64 is hooked up. We could just put it at any point. There are 2 of it in the house, actually. It'd be easy to play it, and we never do. And so at some point, when I loved it, and then I kind of grew out of it, growing back into it doesn't make it better. It's just trying to recapture something that may be better left in the past. So those are my 3 honorable mentions.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have any honorable mentions, but I would say those would be similar if I were to choose any.
Brief excitement followed by, not disappointment, but just a willing release of those games from my captivity.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to our actual list now. Do you want to go first? I think you have more.
Do I have more?
Than
so my first one, I have categories, and in those categories, it's like 2, 3, 5 games, something like that. So the first one is completing unfinished games. This is my first category.
I actually have that.
Oh, let's do yours first.
Okay. If I were to categorize mine, I didn't, but I do have unfinished games that I want to finish. So God of War. I still have
It's back there. God of War is back there.
I think it's been like
you're so close.
3 or 4 years. I must be close. Yeah, because I started playing again recently after graduation. Love it. Just haven't finished it yet. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to finish it.
I enjoy watching that one because that's, good CGI storytelling.
Yeah. Mythology is just, fantasy. Okay, and then I want to finish the Tomb Raiders. So I think that was the Christmas present.
That was Christmas present last year.
I started number 1, man, like the controls on the Switch, you're used to the PlayStation controls.
You're used to that.
Yeah, and so I'll finish it. Number 1 wasn't my favorite anyways. It was 4, 2, 3, 1. But I want to finish it so I can go in chronological order, 1, 2, 3. So that's on my list. And then I also have, I don't know if you can really finish this game, but Overwatch. I want to get back to playing that, because there's new characters and like new maps, and I just want to play it.
You recently watched a video about the new introductions to it because you haven't played it in a while.
I haven't played it in a long time, maybe like 6 months, and so I want to get back to that and just get that like dopamine attention, hyper focused, and play with my nephew again.
And then you can play. We'll do what we used to do when Dragon Quest 3.
Oh yeah.
When I would sit on the sofa and I would just prop the Switch up, and then you would be standing in like a power stance. Just because you have to be like on your toes and ready.
Yeah, I get really into it. I'm really competitive, and so.
And some of that energy does not flow into me. I'm just sitting there, like very relaxed.
Yeah. So those are the games. I think that's all I have. Oh, I put Ocarina on there. I guess that's not a finish. That's on my list.
That's
it's
a replay. It's a replay.
Yeah. So that's not on a finished category.
Okay. So my completing unfinished games. Now, when I made my list, I wasn't looking at last year's list. And then at the end of it, I went to compare to see, did I get everything? And I actually forgot a couple. One of the things that I forgot, because I put Earthbound down, because it's been over a year since I played that. I'm at the Pyramid, and I've leveled up a bunch, and I don't know how far along I am. It's adorable. I love it, but stuff just kept coming out. And I'm like, okay, let me get back to Overwatch, to Earthbound. And then something else comes out, and I just keep booting it and booting it and booting it. And it's a beautiful game. I do want to finish it. But one thing I put on last year's list, it wasn't on this one, was Mother. Earthbound Beginnings, it's called on the Switch. It's there. I even started a game in it, and I played for a few minutes, and they're like, you know what, I have to finish Earthbound before I do this. But I just left it off because there's so many games, and I can't play everything.
I know.
I mean, if 2025 lasted 10 years, I would put Earthbound Beginnings or Mother on that list, but it doesn't. Donkey Kong Country 3. Dixie's, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That one, you played the first
world. Didn't I start playing it with you?
You did. Yeah, you played the first.
That's right, I did. I beat the boss, the first boss.
And then we haven't gotten back to it. And I want to watch with you. I don't need to play. I just want to watch with you. Is that one multiplayer? Can we both be on the screen at the same time? like couch co-op?
I think it is multiplayer, yeah.
So maybe
I know
we
you
play
can,
together.
Dixie, you can slap in your partner, your little brother.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe we'd play together. But
cousin or
mostly, I
whatever
just
they
want to
are.
watch you play that at some point.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6. It was like super on sale. And
That's the newest one?
the newest one,
Yeah.
where like we spent like 2 hours making my character, and at the end of it,
Oh,
like
God,
it
that
kind of
was
looks like me,
fun,
but you know who it really looks like?
Yeah.
Ya Savage, the
Yeah.
pitcher, the Blue
What's his
Jays
name?
pitcher.
What's his full name?
I don't know what his first name. Ya Savage is his last name. I don't know his first name. But we kept watching a pitch like that's my. It's exactly my Street Fighter character.
Yeah, we made the Street Fighter character before we even knew this
We
player
had no idea who
existed.
this was. Never
and
heard the
then
word
we watched
Ya
the World
Savage.
Series, and we were like, oh my gosh, that's your Street
It's him. It's
Fighter character.
identical to my Street Fighter character.
Yeah, that was funny. It was really funny.
And so Street Fighter 6, and then Quest 64. It's back there. Brian sent it to me. So Brian Graham, one of our dear friends, watched our New Year's resolutions last year and sent it to us in the mail.
Yeah, so
We got Quest 64 in the
Brian.
mail.
Hi,
Thank
if
you,
you're
Brian.
watching.
And then I started playing it, and I was a few hours in. And like one of my boxes of games is missing. It just went missing at some point.
Yeah.
And in that box is like Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey and like a bunch of 64 stuff. Included in that 64 stuff is my memory cards.
memory
So I
pack,
found a
yeah.
loose memory pack lying around the house. I'm like, oh, I'll just save with this. And the next time I loaded up Quest 64, I was like 3 hours in, it was just gone. It's a corrupted memory pack. So I had to order a brand new memory pack and start over. But okay. Okay, so you'll notice that we have a different camera angle because we were recording on Marie's phone and the phone storage was full. And so then we were no longer recording. And we'll use the first half of that because I don't want to rewind any more than we have to. So we're going to start with our lists. Quest 64, that's the last one I put on my list, and that will be completed this year. That is one of my ambitions. I started I started Battletoads this year. I do want to beat that. I have memories of beating Battletoads when I was a little kid. Those memories are faulty. I did not beat Battletoads when I was a little kid. I mean, I got as far as the snake level in the little guys. I remember all of that, where you're climbing on the snakes and they're shooting around and you're running around. But I don't think I beat that level because even the end of the snake level, I don't remember. I remember nothing after that, but I got there pretty quickly. And everything people complain, the tunnel level that's really early in the game, people say, oh, this is hard. I got to do one life. I was past that. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to beat this in like an hour. I'm going to be done with this game. And that just didn't happen. Right? The snake level was so hard. I'm glad there are save states so I can make it through that. The rat race, even harder. And then right now I'm at that like lawnmower level, like the spinning rainbow wheel. And I'm just like, you're holding on to it. Like, I'm never going to beat this thing. So those are my games that I want to. And also Mario World 2, I started like 3 years ago. It's in the house. It's in like the actual Super Nintendo one, but I would like to play through it and just to remember it.
On the Switch.
On the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a couple of unfinished games. God of War. And then I want to get back to playing, it's not really a finish, Overwatch. And then I want to finish playing the Tomb Raiders that you got me last Christmas, number 1, 2, and 3. I started playing number 1, but then other things happened. Just has been on the way back
You've
burner.
been really busy. I mean, other things. It's like career and, wrapping up school, passing boards, beginning your career. Things get in the way of Tomb Raiding.
Yes, all of those. And then the last one, I don't know if it's really of a finish, but more wanting to replay again. Do you have a replay category?
Lots of these are replays.
Okay. So the replay I would want to do is Ocarina.
Ocarina, it's supposed to come out this year, but they've been saying that forever.
Yeah.
It's supposed to. But it seems more and more likely every time a new supposed is sort of deployed in our direction. So when it is, we have the Nintendo 64 version, the pre-release I pre-ordered that game. And I've been working since middle school. So I used to buy tons of games this is like my high school days. Like I had a job, and so the Nintendo 64 came out in '96. I was a sophomore in high school, and I had tons of money because I wasn't paying rent, and I was working 20 hours a week or something. So I bought so many games back then. Pre-ordered that one. That was the last time I played it.
And then I have another one. I'm looking at my list now. So another replay from Nintendo 64 is Castlevania 64.
Okay.
That one's a lot of fun, and I just want to play it again. So.
Yeah. So that one is notoriously loathed by the community.
Yeah, that's what you said, but I don't see why. I loved it. I guess it's nostalgia. That's why.
And the character connection. I think.
Yeah, so the little girl that you get to play as, Carrie Fernandez, well, you get to choose which one you want to play. I always chose the little girl because I was a little girl, and it just seemed like the right character to choose. And
whipping stuff to death as a little girl, like
skeletons and all.
It helps the immersion if you resemble or
can connect.
If they're like your little avatar, and you can connect in that way.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and so that is one of the games that's on my replay again. I haven't played it since being a little girl.
Since you were Carrie Fisher's age or whatever. What's her name?
Yeah, Carrie Fernandez.
Carrie
Fisher,
Fisher.
That's the Star Wars.
Leia, whatever. Yeah. Princess Layla of Castlevania. Okay. So my next category, it just sort of fits that a little bit, where it's new retro Metroidvania. I don't like the word retro. It's just a colloquial, it's accepted. Because nobody would look at a Van Gogh, or it's like, I don't know, a Monet. Like, these retro paintings. You want to go to the retro museum of impressionist, like nobody, or in music, nobody would say that Bach, and Tchaikovsky and Rachmaninoff and Beethoven, these are all retro. Mozart, as retro as it gets. Nobody would say that. It would be like an insult to arts. And so I don't know why people use it with video games. I've talked about this at length before, 2 years ago or something like that on the channel. But I'm just going to use the word retro so everyone knows what I'm talking about. New retro Metroidvania. And last list, a year ago, I listed Hollow Knight because it's very celebrated as one of these. And that came out in 2017. Hollow Knight Silk Song came out in 2023. Either one of those would work. I also listed Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest, which is like a homebrew. And I would love to play that. And I think that was on last year's list as well. But those are the three I listed this year. Last year I listed Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which also is very acclaimed as a new, like, pseudo retro Metroidvania. And maybe that would be on the list too. I just forgot. I just didn't think of it as I was making my new list because I wasn't looking at the old one. And and then there's one that everyone keeps talking about called Animal Well, which does look amazing, but it's like a big investment, and I don't think that's going to be. I mean, you have to be like involve the community, and like you can't just do it yourself. It's this whole experience of the game, which I approve of. But I don't know if I'm ready to be part of that community.
Yeah, a lot of investment.
Okay, so those are my new retro, Metroidvanias.
Okay. So I want to play, it's a new game coming out, it's not out yet, but it's coming out this year. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
That looks both
adorable.
Cute and good at the same time. Yeah, adorable, but also it looks like the gameplay is that. So it's not just like, look, little kids, join us.
Yeah, so that's a game that I think we would both enjoy. You would enjoy watching me, and I would enjoy playing it. So. Yeah. And the music's probably really well done. So.
I'm sure it's well done. I don't know if like Koji Kondo did it, but I'm sure the Nintendo community took it very seriously. Whoever took over is, I'm sure, doing a wonderful job.
Yeah. So Yoshi.
Okay, so my next one is again retro, and it is, which is emphasizing play together. I want to play these together with you. And it's retro side-scrolling. And last year, I put Adventure Island on the list. 1, 2, and 3, original Nintendo. It's like Wonder Boy, except Nintendo, you get in the later installments, and they are original games. But I just want the adventure. Mr. Higgins riding a skateboard in the jungle. Really hard games. I would love to play those with you. They're not on the Switch now. I hope a collection. Not Wonder Boy, but Adventure Island 1, 2, and 3. I hope those are released for the Switch. And then a new one for this year that wasn't on last year is ActRaiser. That's the Super Nintendo right there. It was a launch title, came out in 1991. I got it somewhere around there. And I mean, I got it from a Game Crazy, the Kaiser, Oregon, I think it was called Game Trader back then. And I loved that game. I mean, it's SimCity meets side-scrolling, platformer, action platformer, and it was so good. But ActRaiser Renaissance came out. It's on the Switch, and that one came out in 2021. But there's no physical version. There's no like cartridge of it. It's just download only. So I haven't. So I don't know. I'd like to play one of those. And the other one I wrote down, this was also on last year's list, was Mischief Makers. I was early in high school when this came out. And like today, we keep, like we as a collective gaming community, which we are not involved in the making of these games, but if we can, in the way that like we won the big game last night. We, video game manufacturers, they keep making these, again, like pseudo retro games. I would say like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Really good.
Oh, so good. And the one that just came out, the Terminator, it's basically Terminator 2, but I think it's Terminator 1 and 2.
Really
people keep talking about how good it is. And I feel like you could have made those on Nintendo 64. They just didn't. There was one game on 64 that feels like it was exactly what we're making today. I've never played it, so it just feels that way. I can't say this with any objective, certainty or anything, but Mischief Makers, never owned it, have always wanted to, have always wanted to play it. So Mischief Makers on Nintendo 64 feels like something that would have come out today in terms of the magazine appearance of it. So that's it for my retro side-scrolling play together games.
I don't think I have any retro side-scrolling to add to that, so I'm just going to continue down my list. It was on my list last year, Red Dead Redemption.
Celebrated game.
I just want to play it, I just want to play it because it looks like a really fun game and a game that I would enjoy playing, just exploring the world.
I remember you talking about it last year, and I remember agreeing with you last year.
So it's still on my list because it's a game I would invest in.
Yeah, anything that acclaimed has achieved acclaim for good reason, probably. And it feels like that's a guaranteed enjoyable game for me to watch, next to you while you're playing. Okay, my next category is Mario. This might actually be a good time to do an intermission, because we have a stack of games here that can help guide us in what we're talking about. So let's move our drinks. Oh, no, they're both mine, right? Or is who cares? Okay, that was yours. Yeah, mine is like way over my other one. And so we have this stack of games sitting here. The first one, this stack of Switch games. There's only two here that are opened. The rest of them are totally unopened. It's like factory sealed. We'll buy stuff if something is on sale. Like we're definitely going to play this at some point. Maybe it's going to be a year out, 2 years out, but it's like on sale now. We might as well. We do the same thing with food. Do the same thing with coffee. Do the same thing with IQ bars and supplements and whatever. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, we talked about this. Dragon Quest 1 is one that I've beaten. I'll start Dragon Quest 2 today. Mario Odyssey. This one is also opened because I got this as a game that I bought with the Switch.
That's on my list.
We'll save this one. We'll set this one aside for a minute. But on my list of Mario games is Mario Galaxy 1, which came out in 2007. Mario Galaxy 2, which came out in 2010, and I never played it. Mario Galaxy 1, I pre-ordered, and I kind of enjoyed. I enjoyed it because it's a Mario game and it's better than non-Mario games. But I liked Sunshine better. I thought Mario Sunshine was a more vibrant game. I don't mind that I just have a summer job, and I'm just like, it's wage labor. I don't mind because what a beautiful Isle Delfino. What better destination to have a high school wage labor job. But I've never played Mario Galaxy 2 because it wasn't out on the Switch. I never even bought that one. And this one's actually bluer. My problem with Galaxy 1 is just everything's like black. It doesn't fit. Super Mario Brothers 1, the original, level 8 as a black background. And the whole game was like level 8 essentially. And that was like my least favorite level in the original Super Mario Brothers. So Galaxy 2, I do want to play that one this year. Both of those this year, because I haven't played Galaxy 1 since it was new. This, I don't know, maybe we'll get to it. Super Mario World, 3D World, and Bowser's Fury. People seem to love Bowser's Fury. Maybe, Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Maybe. Maybe we'll get to it. This one, I should have just written on my list, but it's here as a prop. So this is sort of, by way of prop, it's on my list, Mario RPG. Played this on the Super Nintendo. My brother got it on Super Nintendo when we were of that age in high school. And it was so well done. And I would just love to do the remake. Now this one, Ni no Kuni 1, magic. That game. So like Mario Kart World, this one, I feel like, I don't know, somewhere the magic is just barely missing in Mario Kart World. No. In Mario Kart World, I talked about this earlier, where the magic maybe is just missing a little bit. I mean, I feel like Mario Kart World did an amazing job with cannibalizing some of these other franchises. You know, it's Wave Race, because you're like driving around, basically like the jet skis, right? Maybe like Diddy Kong Racing, and even like Cruising USA, where it's like an arcade checkpoint and everything into one. I feel like, but the magic was somehow just missing a little bit. Ni no Kuni, full of magic. You know, maybe it's not even as good of a game as Mario Kart World, but there's so much more magic to it. The music is perfect, the setting, the everything is so beautiful.
Good storyline.
And so Ni no Kuni 2, great storyline, the character development. So Ni no Kuni 2, I do want to play through that. Baldo, I just assume it's like Ni no Kuni.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
different,
like it.
yeah.
It looks like Studio Ghibli, although
It's not, but it looks like it. This one, neither of us has played, Skyward Sword. This is from last year. This is one of your presents from last year.
we will play all of these eventually.
I think these two, let's keep those two
three.
aside.
And that other, the third one, the Odyssey.
Oh, Odyssey is at the bottom. Yeah, so we'll keep these aside for a minute. And so that was my and then the other Mario game, other than Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2, is Mario Wonder, which came out like a few years ago. But it's coming out again for Switch 2 with some new improved, some upgrades. Yeah. And I feel like that could be a community game where we play with your family and my family, and we're all on the same screen. You can kind of see their ghosts on the screen as we play. I feel like that would be an enjoyable.
I think so too. I like games where you can go online and play with friends and family. Yeah. Back to the list?
Back to the list.
Okay, so on my list are actually games that we already own that I haven't played yet. He's played Mario Odyssey. On my list, we already talked about it. And then,
it's so well done, that game.
Yeah, and then I have Link's Awakening. That was also on my list last year. It's back on my list because I haven't played it yet, but we own it and I'm planning on playing it.
And you really... I mean, sitting next to you, I feel like the energy coming off of your aura was very positive when you were playing Echoes of Wisdom.
I loved it. It was just such a fun, lighthearted, for the most part, really
maybe some
good
frustrating
game.
puzzles at times.
But not too bad.
Yeah, but yeah, very lighthearted, and it's hard to be in a bad mood when that game is on.
Yeah, and so...
The music was the only thing that I thought...
This one, Final Fantasy, I want to play them. It's 1 through 6, the collection. And I just know that these are really loved games. Like my brother loves all of the Final Fantasies, and so I want to play it just to bond with him over a video game.
Yeah, family bonding. That's my brother and me with Dragon Quest. Okay, so retro RPG. So I'm up. So that one, for the longest time, I basically boycotted the game. I mean, I didn't play it on the original Nintendo. Then when Super Nintendo came out, and Final Fantasy 2 and 3, which are technically 4 and 6, those came out, and I'm like, nope. Like Dragon Quest 5 and 6 didn't come out in the West on Super Nintendo, and so I had to figure out other RPGs to play. Mario RPG, that's an easy one, but what else? Like, I'll do like Breath of Fire, and so I did other RPGs. Like, I'll just replay.
Dragon Quest.
I'll replay old Dragon Quest. I'll replay Dragon Quest 4 a couple of times. And so I didn't want to give in to Final Fantasy because I felt like it was a plagiarism. It felt like a plagiarism of Dragon Quest, and so I was always against it. But it's time. My retro RPG category has Final Fantasy 1, 4, 6, and 9. 9 isn't on there. 9 is a PS1 game, which is, 7 and beyond. There's a lot of, I don't know, mixing of worlds. Space age world comes in. People have, there's like spaceships and whatever. Like, I don't know. I sort of talked about my reluctance to play those games with the Phantasy Star, where I'm like, the Star Wars elements. But Final Fantasy 9 goes back to these sort of medieval roots. Final Fantasy 1, 4, and 6, that's the original on Nintendo, and then 2 Super Nintendo ones. And watching you would suffice for me. And then the other, in this retro RPG, Ultima, 1981. So I played through Wizardry, the other 1981 game. Ultima is a top-down. So Wizardry is first-person, Ultima is top-down, both from 1981. And I'd still like to play Ultima. And then Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. I've played through Chrono Trigger to completion, but there's multiple paths of completion, and you haven't ever played it, but Yasunori Mitsuda music, oh man. It's on the CD imported from Japan is on the shelf behind us. And we listen to that so much. And then Chrono Cross, the PlayStation one. So that's it.
For the
retro RPG category.
I don't think I have a retro RPG.
How about Final Fantasy 1 through 6?
Well, okay, was that?
That counts.
Okay, that counts, but I already mentioned that. So we'll just move on down my list. I know you did a Mario category, so I have one that I didn't say that could have been on there. Paper Mario.
Good.
Paper Mario.
Beautiful game. So I have such fond memories with
and
Paper
the
Mario.
Thousand Year Door.
Thousand Year Door. It was the GameCube one.
Yeah.
And that was me and bodybuilding. That's how I was entertained between meals. Like, how am I going to do this? 35 Diet Cokes and Paper Mario.
Oh goodness. Okay. And then Twilight Princess. I have that on there too. It's not Mario, obviously, but I do want to play that.
I have never played it. I've watched it being played, and it's like one of the more mature Zelda games in
Like
the way
dark,
that
or?
It's darker.
Okay.
It's darker. It's sort of like grown-up Link in a darker world. Like, you know how Castlevania is just, there's like Castlevania 64, the setting, the ambiance, all this stuff.
Yeah.
That feeling, that mood, right? That is.
Is it like Tears of the Kingdom, the underworld area? Kind of like that?
Kind of like that, except there's like towns and normal things. It's not just like,
like
fungus.
Lava, or whatever.
Okay, my next one is simulation is my category, and Stardew Valley is what I put. It's Harvest Moon reborn, but it's reborn into like a more beautiful body. And the one guy who made it, he had some help here and there, but he did it the right way. He was so artistic. He did the music. We listened to that music all the time. Never even played the game. We listened to the music all the time. And I mean, he did the story and the art and the programming, the music. He did everything and just put his whole life aside to give the world this gift. And I would like to receive that gift in the coming year.
Well
Civ 7 is also on my list. That came out last year, and we still haven't played it.
Yeah, I don't have any simulation games, but I have more games on my list. So I want to play The Shire. It was on my list last year. Haven't played it yet, but The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, I mean, it just looks like a really adorable game. And then that is one I would just, at the end of a workday, probably just put it on and mindlessly unwind
With some simulation in Middle Earth.
With the little, hopefully it has the music. Probably not, because Howard Shore, right?
Yeah, so he's probably not involved in it. But, so you're going to cross it off now. So my next one, not simulation, but VR, is Virtual Boy. So Virtual Boy came out, I think it was right as I was going into high school. Maybe it was like the summer before high school, something like that. And it's VR, but it doesn't really emphasize the R, the reality part, because it's just red vector graphics. And I haven't played it since I'm probably freshman in high school. And it's weird. And I don't know, maybe today I will like it more than I did then. But what I didn't put on the list is like actual virtual reality, like not actual virtual reality, like Matrix or whatever, but like the Oculus, like the Meta,
in virtual reality.
Which pill and whatever. But like the Oculus, that mask you wear, because we were in Virginia 2 years ago, probably over 2 years ago, I don't know when, and we were at Grant's house, and so we put this on and we played like the boxing game. Rambo. Rocky Balboa or Creed or whatever. Creed. Yeah, we're both getting there at some point. I say Rambo and you say Assassin. But yeah, the Rocky Balboa, whatever it is. Creed.
I think.
And that one was kind of fun, whatever. We had to like take it off for a second because it's like, and then the rock climbing gimmick. It's hard to call it a game, but it's just sort of a gimmick.
Yeah.
And then there's a bar fight.
That one was fun.
Yeah, but like I played for 5 seconds and I'm like nauseated and like I'm like dizzy and woozy, and my bowels are like nope.
Makes me dizzy thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like you're playing the game on a boat, like you're just like seasick gaming is what it feels like. And I remember at the time we were over there, it was mostly Grant and me hanging out and you doing class because you were like wrapping up you were in your program at the time. You were not wrapping up, but you were in like a neuro class.
Good old neuroscience.
And so you played it, and then you're like, oh, you know what I think is going on, and you had this explanation. Would you like to?
Yeah, so if any of you guys have ever played VR and you've gotten dizzy and you were wondering why, I think I know why. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's studies out there that have a better explanation, but I'm going to try to make it very elementary because it's very complex, right? Whenever the brain or the human body in general is involved, it gets very complex and complicated. So we have 3 systems in our body for...
Simplification is always a lie. Whenever people like simplify things, at some point you realize, like you learn enough to realize simplification is a lie.
Yeah. So I'm just going to talk to you as if you were my patient, right?
Okay.
And you're coming to me because you're getting dizzy.
I'm dizzy. The world is spinning around me. Woe is my spins. Help me so.
So somebody comes in with classic subjective vertigo, right? Dizziness, spinning, all of that. All of these feelings that you get when you play this VR. And so what I think is going on, right? So we have 3 systems in our body. We have eyes, the ears, and receptors in our skin and joints and muscles that provide our brain input for balance, right? Where are we at in space and time? So two of those systems that I think are involved when you get dizzy with the VR system is the inner ear and the eyes. So in the inner ear, we have this fluid. It's thick fluid and little crystals, calcium carbonate crystals, doesn't matter. But when we move our head, the fluid moves and so does the crystals, right? So it activates these nerve endings in the inner ear when we move our head and sends the input to our brain, and the brain does all the computing and all of the signals are sent and whatever. We have this reflex system and output is sent to the eyes, and the eye muscles move according to whatever is going on, right?
Whatever your head's doing.
So it's called the vestibular ocular reflex. The head moves. Say you want to keep your eye on a target while your head is moving. Exactly. What a great patient. So that's the vestibular ocular reflex. And so what I think is going on when you have this tiny little screen on your face, your eyes is only moving a little bit, right? However big that screen is. That's the movement of the eyes. And then your head is still moving like normal, right? Like you're out in the normal wild. And so I think there's a mixed signal going on to the brain, and you're getting the sensation of dizziness, aka vertigo. And so
AKA
that was my
meta sickness.
Yes. Termed
Boat gaming.
Yeah, boat gaming. So I still think that's what's going on. I haven't really looked into it, but sticking with it. Sticking with that theory. It's the vestibular ocular reflex is the misinterpretation is causing that sensation of vertigo.
Maybe at some point it'll be perfect, but that bar game, I couldn't do it for very long.
No.
Because like you turn your head and it just doesn't, the visual presentation.
It was so bad.
And the
head movement.
Vestibular.
And the eyes, I had to take it down. I felt like I was going to fall. I was like, nope, take it off of me. I need to sit down. It was really bad.
Yeah, there's just a miscommunication between the two.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
that
think.
lack of translation, it just like comes out, explodes into your,
The insides.
into your insides.
Yeah, so virtual reality.
Yeah, if you want to be woozy and dizzy and have a bad second half of your day, spend the first half playing Oculus. But that was it for me for VR's Virtual Boy, because they're going to re-release it, and I would like to play a couple of those games on the kind of VR version of whatever.
Hopefully it doesn't get you dizzy.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because it doesn't like move with, and it's just like it's a static thing.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do another one, or do you want to?
I'll go down the list.
Okay.
So I also have a couple of Blizzard games, right? So I already said Overwatch, but I also want to play World of Warcraft with you and with Brian and like with the friends. Yeah. And then...
And I agreed last time.
Yeah, it just seems fun.
I concur still now.
Still on my list. Yeah. It's not going until I play it. So World of Warcraft and Diablo, both Blizzard.
And the new Diablo's coming out. We saw on the Video Game Awards.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it looked darker maybe than other ones, and more intense, and something sort of crawled out of the nether abyss beneath us, from the fires beneath our feet. Yeah, and I would enjoy. I think I'd play that with you because I think it's a multiplayer.
It is, and that's one of the reasons why I like Blizzard, because Overwatch, Diablo, and WoW is World of Warcraft, all like multiplayer online gaming, and I like it. So those are on my list. Okay,
so mine, married couple gaming. That's my next one. All of this, on some levels, married couple gaming, because even if it's a single player game, we would be sitting next to each other, or maybe taking turns or something. But this one, maybe we could both be on the screen at the same time. Maybe we'd be taking turns, but top-down shooter. So we've played through like all the Contras, except for the most recent, like new Contra. All the retro Contras we played through. But a top-down shooter could be really fun. I wrote down 1942, 1943, and Jackal, original Nintendo NES games. I don't think any of them have been remade. I don't think any of them are on the Switch or PlayStation, anything. The other one I wrote down is Dragon Spirit, which is a top-down shooter, but instead of having like a plane or a spaceship, or in the case of Jackal, like a Jeep or whatever, you're a dragon. And it's a shooter with a dragon. It was in the arcades in the late 80s. They ported it to TurboGrafx 16. They ported it to the original Nintendo, but I think that was a bad port. And I would like to play, it came out on Switch, a couple of years ago. It's another version of it, but either the arcade or the TurboGrafx port with you. So I think that one would be fun. My other married couple gaming, I'm going to echo you with, for Halloween, when Halloween comes, I wanted to do 2 different Castlevanias. I want you to do Castlevania 64, to the sort of the 3D environment while I sit. And then I want to play Rondo of Blood. It's another TurboGrafx game. I just never had the console, but I've been familiar with PC Engine, TurboGrafx 16, those games I have. I mean, Bonk's Adventure is one I forgot to put on this list, and that was a really early TurboGrafx game, and I always wanted to play that one. I've never played it. I just forgot to put it on this list. But Rondo of Blood is on this list. Symphony of the Night also. I would like to play Rondo of Blood first. And so those are my married couple gaming entries.
I only have one more left on my list.
Do you want me to do? Oh, I only have 2 more.
Oh, we're making good timing.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Okay. Do you want me to do mine first and then you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my next one is, it's what I'm calling a point and click wish list, because the Switch 2 has mice, or mouses maybe if it's electronic, but you disconnect it and you can use them as a mouse. And the old Sierra Online games, I can still see that little Sierra Mountain come up, and the sound with the King's Quest 6 had the ding, ding, and how the bells, how it ended. And oh man, I love those old Sierra. This year I listened to Ken Williams put out his book, Not All Fairy Tales Have a Happy Ending. And it was just about the rise and demise of Sierra Online. Ken and Roberta Williams, it was their company. And it's just sad in the way, like last year we did Play Nice, the Blizzard story. Blizzard is still a thriving, like multi-billion-dollar company. Sierra doesn't exist. And so that one ended less happily. But King's Quest 6, Quest for Glory 1, Quest for Glory 2. So Quest for Glory 1 and 2, this is really my middle school days, like 92, 93, 94. That's when these games are really starting to come out. And like King's Quest 6 is my favorite computer game, I think, of all time. Because I went over to my friend Corey's house. It must have been like summer before, when was it? Summer before middle school? Could have been early middle school, maybe early middle school, something like that. And we had this all-night video game, experience. We played like, just a bunch of NES games. River City Ransom, stuff like this. But then he introduced me to King's Quest on that. Like we were just up all night playing King's Quest. And so then I eventually got the CD, which is in the other room, but I don't know what to play it on because it's a computer CD for like DOS or whatever, maybe Windows. But it's such a beautiful story. And the immersion is amazing because Roberta Williams would write all of these. I mean, she'd have a co-writer on a couple of the early ones, but this one she brought on Jane Jensen, no relation, but Jane Jensen wrote some novels, but she did her own game that was called, Oh, it'll come to me. Anyway, she did her own like Sierra Online game, but she helped write King's Quest VI. And as you go through King's Quest VI, depending on the journey you take, who you interact with, the sequence of events, the characters you meet say different things. It's not just NPCs are static, here's the plot line,
it's
whatever.
Choose your own adventure.
It's choose your own adventure. It's a choose your own adventure. And as you go through it, the immersion really helps. Well, this person says something or treats me differently because I didn't do this or I did do this thing.
And what year was this again?
92, 93.
Yeah,
so it comes out on like
time.
floppy disks first. And I think 93 is when it came out on CDs. And way ahead of its time. It ends with a wedding. We'll play through it at some point. You know the ending now, but how that wedding, like who attends, it depends what you did in the game. So it has these multiple different endings. Phantasmagoria, I could put in that list too. It's another one from Sierra Online. The only game they've re-released is Leisure Suit Larry, which is like fine, but I am not a middle school boy who doesn't have a girlfriend. Like I'm a 45-year-old married man. Leisure Suit Larry doesn't appeal to me. But that's the only one they've re-released, and it's on Switch, it's available. Like I'm just waiting for Quest for Glory 1, Quest for Glory 4, King's Quest 6, and maybe Phantasmagoria. So that's my point and click Sierra Online collection. Okay, do you want to do your
My last one? Yeah.
Baldur's Gabriel Gate. Knight. Oh. Gabriel Knight. That's the Jane Jensen game. Sorry. Okay, your turn.
Baldur's Gate is my last game of the
Game
list.
of the year a couple years ago. That was on your list last year.
Yep. And I want to play it again. Well, I want to play it. It's on my list again.
We didn't watch that one together, did we? The
Watch
Game
what?
Awards when Baldur's Gate?
No.
That was the first one we watched
I was
apart.
out in Phoenix, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more. Can I do a couple honorable mentions first of just stuff that, because this list is different from last year's list. So first off, I did the Grant gaming. On the list last year was Grant for he and I to sit down, spend a night playing old nostalgic games, and we did that. He flew out from Virginia, and you were in your clinical rotation.
Yeah.
And Grant spent a few nights here, and we played Diddy Kong Racing. We played. We didn't do Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey because I can't find that box. But we played through WCW versus NWO.
How funny.
Both Revenge and World Tour. We to completion. I mean, just everything with multiple characters in those. We played Contra, played some retro. We had our retro night. So that was on the last list, and it wasn't on this one. Xenogears was on the last list. I took it off of this one because 2026 is only a year long, as far as we know, unless something changes. And I just don't have time. Ys, like YS, was also on last year's list. I took it off. I just didn't remember to put it down, but I don't think I would put it back on. I would put that on before Xenogears. I don't know what else. Bonk's Adventure, I already mentioned, was on last year's list and not on this one. But there was another one called Evo, The Search for Eden, that I had on last year's list. I just forgot to put it on this year's list. And if I forgot about it, maybe it's not that important. I guess I don't need to play it. But and then there was one game that I'm reluctant to even acknowledge its existence because I thought it's called Chrono Odyssey, and it's coming soon. And I'm like, Chrono Trigger, and like Chrono Cross, and this is going to like complete the trilogy. And I looked it up because I see this preview for it, and I get really excited. And it has nothing to do with. It's just they're
trying to capitalize.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
a
name.
parasite. Right? They're just parasitizing a healthy host, and I hate stuff like that. And so I'm not going to. There's no way I'm going to play Chrono Odyssey. There is a game that I saw, I think it's old, it's called something about Obra Dinn. And it's this like murder mystery. It's on Switch. It's a murder mystery with old computer graphics. I don't remember the full name of it, but that one looked really interesting. And maybe in the future that could make the list. Or Eternal Darkness on GameCube. Okay, my final, my very last entry is Dragon Quest. Now, Dragon Quest 1, we've done together Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 11. That was the first game we ever played together. Dragon Quest Monsters, Dark Prince, Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2. We've done 6 Dragon Quest games together.
All great, too. All really good
so
games.
Good. And so Dragon Quest 2 is up next. And then I would love to do 4, 5, and 6, which is called the Zenithian trilogy. Zenithia is just this like castle in the sky. It's not really critical to it, but That's how we lump these things. The Erdrick trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. Zenithia trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. But 7 is coming out in February. Maybe I'll pre-order that today. But 7 and 8, yes, I would like to. It's available for pre-order.
Oh, nice.
8 I thought was a little bit better than 7, although I did really like 7. It was the last Dragon Warrior to come out in the US, was Dragon Warrior 7, and I did really, that was an immersive game for me, as was 8. But and then 10 and 12, 9, I don't know, that was a handheld one, but 10 has never come out in the US, it's never had an English adaptation, and 12, who knows when that's going to come out. So that's my list.
What was the Dragon Warrior list again? What numbers?
So 2 is up next. And then 7, because that's what's coming next. Yuji Horii, in an interview, he was asked, like, why are you going out of order? Why isn't like 4 coming next? Whatever. And he said, this 7 was done first. Okay. Now this is just
in
a
the
translation.
chronological order, or
he just said, like,
or when
computationally, like in terms of the production of the game, 7 was completed first.
That makes sense.
And so they're releasing it first. The implication is that 4, 5, and 6 are coming too. Remakes of the others are coming. 4 is my favorite. I'm really rooting for a good remake of that one. I'm waiting for that one.
And then it'll be on the list.
And then it'll be like top on the list.
As of now, you have
As of now, 2 and then 7. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, so at the end of this, were we going to rank things? Were we going to try that at all?
Probably not. I feel like ranking's going to be too
hard.
Yeah.
We'd have to go through a list and come up with
and we already
a
went
system
through
of
the
ranking
list,
and everything.
So
Okay.
Maybe next year we'll go and
So it's
rank
present time. It's time for gifts.
Yay.
So should we do the for us first?
Yeah. Let's do for us.
Let's do that one.
Can we open
it together? I'll hold the bag.
Okay.
And you extract some contents.
Okay. I wonder what it is. I'm gonna guess the Shire.
It's a good guess, but
Paper Mario. It's on my list.
it's on your list, and it's so I cherish this so much.
Yeah.
And so I would love to play through this with you. It's beautiful.
Is
it's so good.
adorable.
It's a
love
spiritual sequel to Mario RPG. So Mario RPG came out, and then we were all waiting for Mario RPG 2, and what came out instead was Paper Mario on Nintendo 64. And then GameCube comes along, and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Oh, this is one of my favorite games. It's so good. And so that's an us game.
Yay.
Now, time for birthday presents.
Yes. So many too. Look at
Maybe from the top down.
Yeah, top down.
Do you have a guess?
The Shire.
Okay.
I'm still going with the Shire.
Sticking with the Shire. We'll see if disappointment.
Because it was on my list last year, and it came out. So. Okay, let's see.
Stick wrapping paper.
Tales of the Shire.
It's okay.
Thanks. I love you. Yes. Oh, this looks like so
I guess that's an
much
us game too, but I'm just going to be watching you play. In the way that you watch me play Dragon Quest Builders.
I feel like I would fit in as a hobbit on here. Like the hair. We'll put a picture on the screen, but like.
I feel like you would be a nice hobbit, yeah.
That's funny. The hair and the height.
Okay, so you got Tales of the Shire.
Yes. 2 of the games that were on my list. Well done.
One of them isn't on your list.
Okay.
I don't even remember what the other one is.
I'm gonna guess.
Because you have 3 more to go.
It's clearly another Switch game, so. Man, I don't know.
Another copy of Tales of the Shire, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. If I were to guess, Baldur's Gate. It's only on PlayStation.
I don't think that's on Switch. Yeah.
Whatever. Let's see. Let's see if it's Baldur's Gate. Oh, this was on my list
It was on your list last
year.
year. It didn't make your list this year.
Oh
but
my goodness. I took it off because I was like, I don't. Turok. It's Turok.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. This is going to be an us game too.
It's an us game because we've talked about this before. But every time we're driving from either Oregon down to California or California to Oregon, it's all foggy. We make Turok jokes. Always Turok jokes.
It's like, oh look, cows. So whenever there's fog out, it's Turok.
Yeah, we started making like dinosaur noises and like Turoks.
Oh god.
But the new Turok, I don't think it's out. I don't think it's available. But so this is the original 3 Turoks. And so
Well
we don't have
done.
to beat them. We don't
Yeah.
have to go. But just to experience it, almost like going to a movie, you know, where you just go have this experience and you don't need to like replay over and over and over. Okay, you got 2 games left.
That's exciting. This was on my list last year, so.
It was on your list last
Kind of
year.
sad I didn't put it back on there.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Because it
sad.
would have been like 3 out of 3. Okay. Castlevania. I'm going to say Castlevania's on. Nope.
You said that we had-
I looked
yeah.
at his face. It's not
Yeah,
that.
a
But
pokerless face.
I don't even know if they remade Castlevania. I'm sure you would have bought
I
it.
don't remember what Oh, I remember.
Oh, I didn't know they remade these.
So
The
historically,
Lion King and Aladdin. You know, I actually never played the Jungle Book.
oh, that Jungle Book is just
Is new?
no. It's
Oh.
just like who cares? Because you could get it with just the Lion King.
Oh my
Just the Lion
goodness.
King and Aladdin by themselves is more expensive than getting all 3.
Wow.
It's like, why not just get all 3? Maybe it's good, it's probably bad. But those 2 you talked about in your favorite games of all time.
Yes. Yeah.
And so-
oh, I'm gonna, this is, okay, if I have a prediction of what games, like, so when we do this next
sequence-
year,
oh, okay.
what games we're actually gonna, like,
We're actually going to finish.
complete, yeah,
What-
this is gonna be on it.
What
because-
resolutions are
Oh, I
actualized?
can't wait. Yes. Just can't wait to be king. Lion King is my favorite movie of all time as a little girl, so
I think mine was Aladdin.
I cannot wait. Yes,
and I think that
gonna
the,
be.
the Sega and Super Nintendo versions, at least of Aladdin, are on there. So I think there's multiple versions of those games
So
on there too.
cool. There's so many. Oh, this is heavy. It's a collection of some sort.
It's a collection of some sort. Do you
Okay.
have a guess? I'm gonna like.
So if it's a
I'm
collection,
holding like a full house right now. So
is Metal Gear on the Switch? No, huh? I don't know. I would if I were to guess a collection, it would have to be a game series that there's a lot of. You already got me Tomb Raider, so it's not that. I would guess Metal Gear, but I don't know yet. Let's see. Oh, it's Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6. Wow. Okay, I didn't know they made this.
yeah, so it's you had last year for Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
I gave you the exact same
Yeah.
special edition
But
of
4
1,
is
2,
my
and 3.
all-time favorite.
I remember you saying 4 is your favorite, but it wasn't out last year, and so it came
Yeah.
out recently.
Oh, how fun. Oh, thank
love
you.
you.
I love you. So, so let's predict what games we're going to play this year.
Okay. I mean, yeah, my first one is Dragon Quest II. I'm going to play it to completion, level 99. Everyone level 99.
Yep.
You know, save the seeds till the end, do everything, look up nothing.
I know my predictions. So we're definitely going to be, he's going to watch me play Lion King and Aladdin. Maybe I'll like try out Jungle Book and be like, you know what?
We don't have any sentimentality with that one.
Definitely going to play this one. Yep. And I think this is a game we're going to play together, Truck.
Yeah.
So those are my predictions.
But we'll play what's in front of us.
And then Overwatch, I'm going to get back on that.
I don't know if we're going to get through Final Fantasy. I am going to do Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
So my predictions for what I will, again, goals all actualized. Dragon Quest 2, Dragon Quest 7, when that comes out,
yeah.
because that will just boot anything.
Oh, that's coming out this
If
year.
Ocarina in February, if
yeah.
Ocarina comes out, definitely we're playing that.
For sure. Yeah.
I think we might play through let me just grab our pile.
The
over
pile
here.
of stuff. Yeah, the pile of games.
Link's Awakening, I think so. I bet we'll start at least Mario Odyssey.
I know. So
Because
it's like,
it's a big
I
investment.
guess we're kind of ranking them right now.
We're doing our ranking system. So definitely Dragon Quest 2, definitely like some of those, definitely Galaxy 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Probably not these. Maybe Mario RPG, maybe Ni no Kuni 2. Probably not Baldo because I would do Ni no Kuni 2 first. Probably Odyssey, probably Link's Awakening, maybe Final Fantasy.
Well, we'll find out next year when we do
We'll
this
find
video.
out next year when we do our 3rd annual one of these.
Thank you for the gifts.
Love you.
I love you. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, we don't really have a dismount, but
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I hope all of your resolutions are well underway, whatever they are. Hopefully they're gaming.
And you get to enjoy the games with your loved ones.
And do your own, like married couple gaming or whatever it is. sibling gaming, friend gaming, whatever it is.
Bye.